Welcome back to wagertalk.com. It's the best bets part 1. We'll have a second video where I'll give my best bet, and Preston, the sports cheetah, will have his. And we're going to start with you two guys. We got Bryan Leonard's best bet and Ralph Michaels. We'll start with you, Bryan, and you've got a marquee game on the board, but we'll save the big marquee game that Ralph's brought to the videos with us for a second. We'll start with you, and you're looking at Ohio State and Indiana. You like those big numbers.
Yeah, last week I went against Ohio State with Rutgers. Bad pick on my part. It happens. Got a lot of grief from it on Twitter. So this week, I'll go against Ohio State again. I've got no problem doing that. Anytime you got a team that is just winning in blowout fashion like the Buckeyes are, the line's going to be inflated. You're not going to make money in the long run doing that. Interesting, as good a coach as Urban Meyer is, and I prefaced last week with extra week to prepare, he's terrific. He doesn't have that extra week to prepare this week, and he's taken on an Indiana team and Kevin Wilson, who has owned him so far since the 3 years they've been going up against each other. The last 4 years, Indiana has covered the spread by 15.5, 19.5, 6.5, and 15 points in this series, 3 of those against Urban Meyer. For some reason, the Ohio State Buckeyes struggle against the Indiana Hoosiers, and Indiana's defense is a lot better this year. So we're getting, and we talked about this offline, the point spread we're getting here is basically what Ohio State was giving Bowling Green earlier in this season. You continue to see the lines that Ohio State's given to these teams. Now we're getting a team that would be 28 points better than Bowling Green if they were to play today. This line's a little bit too high. I'm taking the points with the dog.
All right, there's Bryan's best bet. Take Indiana plus 29.5. Now for the marquee matchup, we're going to Ralph and Texas State and Georgia State. I was pulling out some old magazines the other day, and, when you told me what your best bet was going to be, you realized that these two teams weren't even in that magazine 5 years ago.
Game day will not be here.
No, they will not. I don't know.
In fact, there won't be too many people.
You're looking at Georgia State and Texas State. What are you looking at, my man?
You know what? I'm looking at what have you done for me lately. Georgia State, is only their 6th year into the program. They started the season poor last year. They ended up winning, I think, 5 of their last 6 games, getting to a bowl game, and excitement bellowed through those empty halls in the Georgia Dome. This year they started, and they were a 5-point favorite against Ball State. They lost the game outright. Then all of a sudden they go up to Wisconsin as a 38-point dog, and they take Wisconsin to the wire and lose by 6 points. Then the following week, they go to Appalachian State and only lose 17-3, easily covering again. People are high on this team. I don't know why. On the flip side, you look at Texas State, new coach, poor program, trying to fight out from what they had. They go to face Arkansas. They lose 42-3. They then play Houston and lose 64-3. But let me tell you what, this Texas State team went up to Ohio and beat them. They took care of business last week as a 17-point favorite against Incarnate Word, won and covered. They play an up-tempo offense. And now Georgia State is a 10-point favorite. And by the way, in Georgia State's history, 6 years of playing football, they've beaten one team at home by over 10 points. And now they're laying 10 points in this game. Again, an overreaction to what happened recently. You put a team on a favorite as a double-digit, you put the team on the field as a double-digit favorite, they're going to struggle to win this game outright, let alone to cover a spread.
I'll buy your lunch if you can tell me where Incarnate Word's located.
Incarnate Word is in San Marcos, Texas. Actually, I don't know that. It is in Texas.
You probably shouldn't have said that because he would have thought you were right.
I got to look it up later.
San Marcos is home to Texas State, so that's what I had that on my.
And I do want to point out, when you've got a rookie coach and you've got extra time to prepare, it gives him a lot of times to put extra plays in, which they don't usually see, and we may see some of those this week. I like his play. I only made a line 7.
All right, so Ralph says to take Texas State plus the 10. Bryan says take Indiana plus 29.5. Bryan, you have anything big going this weekend?
Well, I always have my MAC game of the week, or MAC game of the month. So far, 5-0. Didn't get that big upset win as Kent State gave up that backdoor touchdown last week. But easy winner again, covered for just about the entire game. And it's 5-0 in the season. We got our MAC game of the week. I also have a big play Friday night. We've got our Mountain West game of the month. I love this play on Friday night. You want to make sure you get that one. It's a 5% play, 150% payback into your account if this game fails to cover.
All right, or you can go and just do the $69 weekend all access and get everything. Ralph, you got anything going this week?
It is a great week for the all access. I am going to have a 4% play on Thursday and at least a 3% play on Friday. I'm not quite finished with the weekend yet, so we'll see what comes out of it. But again, a very packed week of football. Great cards Thursday and Friday as well, with I think 7 combined games. So all access is the way to go this weekend.
All right, guys. We'll be back with more here at Wager Talk. And don't forget, you can save $10. Use coupon code PATS and the number 10. Take $10 off any package at Wager Talk. Use it on those weekend all accesses. Bring that down to $69, the $69 down to $59, an even better deal. We'll be back with more. WagerTalk.com.